Maxwell Allison's music as Mukqs lies at the meeting of various opposing forces, high and low tech, shimmer and crunch, structure and chaos. He is a member of the freeform Chicago improv trio Good Will Smith HES, also no stranger to four-on-the-floor kick drums and other trappings of dance music. But when it comes to beat-based fare, he is a denizen of the same corner of the American electronic underground as Container, where soldering irons and 4-track tapes are the tools of the trade, rather than laptops and soft synths. His solo rig comprises a hodgepodge of cassettes, looping pedals, synths, and anime samples ripped from YouTube, and his early releases could be staunchly unvarnished, sometimes blistering affairs recorded live in single takes with no overdubs. As recently as early last year, on the Uma Rex tape, concessions to beauty, like the coruscating opener My Baby Tachi, were balanced with a mangled metallic clank that evoked submarines crumpling. But recently HES been exploring more lined sounds. Last spring's fine mini-album 11 quintillion 666 quadrillion 666 trillion 666 billion 666 million 666,666 for Chicago's Midwich label, settled into a steadier groove, breathing crisp drum machine programming in the rosy sunrise synths of Terry Riley, a homegrown style you might call beatific beat. His new record is even more groove-oriented, with the most pristine sound he has achieved yet. Like its predecessors, it was recorded live with no overdubs and no laptop. But heard in the context of a DJ set, you could easily mistake some of this stuff for the output of a self-identifying dance music producer, rather than something with its roots in the noise scene. Take a slowly evolving house excursion that rolls ahead at a textbook 120 beats per minute. The bass, fashioned from tuned toms, is chest-massagingly deep, and the snare and hi-hat programming is a marvel of efficiency. You can hear an echo of early 90s releases on Aphex Twin's Reflex label in its elegant clockworks, while the new-age synths that spill over lumpy machine percussion, like a fogbank cascading over mountaintops, suggest the dreamy style currently emanating from Vancouver, BC. The other long track hit also has a slightly vintage feel, which might have something to do with both his choice of gear and his studio methods. In the early 1990s, even the straightest, most club-centric electronic music was often made without the use of a computer, and single-take recordings were not uncommon. The bass and drums are even more driving, and an eerie, note-bending melody lends to the noir atmosphere. Allison's hands-on approach plays out in shape-shifting timbres that morph from banjo to mallets to flutes against a shimmering backdrop of layered synthesizers. Not everything is so straight ahead. Ronaldo Kuriki takes a page from minimalism's rulebook and wads it up, collapsing pulsing keyboards into a tangle of crinkled vectors. The no-frills synths give it the feel of a kind of Cassia-tone cosmic music. Marble Gallery is even more disorderly, yanking away at knobs on his sampler. Allison juggles crashing cymbals, horror film atmospheres, and bowed prayer bowls. It sounds like a lava flow swallowing a carousel, and the closing Redfield, nodding to both Oval and Oneotrix Point Never's replica, is similarly spasmodic, if marginally more muted. Somewhere in between those extremes lies the opening Al Siduk. Wreathed in electronic fizz, its pinging metallic groove sounds at first almost like techno, but its rhythmic cadence resists parsing, and unlike most techno, it resolutely refuses to follow a straight line. 2 minutes in, a short reverie filled with elegiac synths and a rhythmic claps serves as a prickly palate cleanser, like a sorbet stuffed with thumbtacks, before Allison wipes the slate clean. Once again the track's final stretch juggles North African-sounding synth melodies over jumbled drum machine. It's an example of his balancing act at its most vertiginous, and its most thrilling. For now, anyway, Mukqs' sweet spot is this relatively unexplored interzone where noise and groove collide.